live in Alabama, and my utility bill usually averages between $200 $250 a month. Can someone please explain to me how my utility bill went from $250 a month to $696?
Girl, did you say Alabama? You know exactly why your electricity bill is going up. Did you get this letter in the mail by chance? Yeah, it was sent to the residents of Huntsville, Alabama. It says that your electricity bill was going up because of Donald Trump. It has his name actually right here. Pretty clear, you know what I mean? It said, hey, he ended through executive orders some federal grants that were lowering your electric bill. This is the best round of FAFO, and I wasn't going to ream you too hard, but then I went and saw your repost. You posted a lot of stuff from Little Human Being guy, you know, Charlie Kirk, a lot of Daily Wire stuff, a lot of Donald Trump thirst traps, if you will. It said, oh, I know exactly who you voted for. So you're the perfect candidate for this video. This is a result of what you voted for, honey. This is a thoughts and tariffs, tater tots and chairs kind of moment. I just want you to enjoy and like soak that all in. Take it all in. This is what you voted for. Anyways, my name is Mercedes Chandler. Give me a follow or you won't see my face again. Thank you. Goodbye. And FAFO.
Doge just canceled 3 contracts that have been tied back to DEI programs, which will save $45 million worth of American taxpayer dollars from the EPA.
Oh, cool. Doge just saved the taxpayers $45 million. I don't give a shit if they spend $45 million on transgender surgeries for left-handed albinos. I don't care if they spend $45 million on plastic surgery for wannabe Fox News hosts who spread misinformation on TikTok. I don't give a shit. You know why? Because you know what $45 million is to a population of 335 million? That comes out to be 13 cents per person. Wow, thank you so much for saving us 13 motherfucking cents. Wow, he's doing such an amazing job. The wealthiest man in the world. What an amazing job he's doing. But did you say anything about Trump giving away $4.5 trillion in tax cuts to the super wealthy? Is that wasteful spending or no? I'm curious. Do you know what that comes out to be per person in the United States? $13,432 per person. So you're worried about 13 cents. I'm worried about $13,000 per person. And that turns out to be over $20,000 per person because not everyone in the country pays taxes. Slightly over half do. So we're paying over $20,000 more. That's what, and you don't care about that. You care about DEI. That's why we say DEI is fucking racist. You'd rather save us 13 cents per person, but no DEI for anyone. No inclusion, no equity for anyone, right? No fairness. You'd rather have that and save $20,000 per person in this country. So, Claire, do you have anything to say about the tax cuts?
Just today, Trump presented the largest tax cut in history for middle-class working Americans. This would include no tax on tips, no tax on seniors' Social Security card, no tax on overtime pay.
None of that is true. People report this person because she's fucking straight up lying to everyone. None of that shit is included. You people who openly lie and spread misinformation to make a dollar or get a job are the most disgusting people on the fucking planet.
Hi guys, welcome back again to the channel. It's so good to have you. Thank you so much for clicking when you saw this video. So in today's video is another FAFO story. Okay, we're just going to be hearing a random story from different people and how the Magas are currently finding out, okay, having regrets in different ways, different things are currently happening in their life, from the cost of their light bill going up, because a lot of them didn't know that prices will go up, prices of power, that's, you know, the light will go up. They didn't expect that, and that's why that woman was everywhere ranting and saying, oh, price went up and all that, you know, and forgetting the fact that there was a mail passed down, and in that mail they were talking about because of TP that this is what will be happening. And she's so surprised, right? And every one of them talking about how Elion is helping them save money with Doge, right? So they're helping them to save money in the United States and all of that. Anyway, enough of me talking. Let's just go ahead and watch some of the clips I've gathered for you guys. Okay, yeah, we just have a few clips, right? Then we come back and talk more. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments, and please do well to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up so that more people can see it. Let's go watch the video and come back.
You're worried about the United States like I am right now. I think this is worth a listen. I have been having conversations with ChatGPT, and I asked the question, what secrets do you think the people of the United States should know right now? I will stumble over my words. I'm trying very hard to get through this and make it as clear as possible, but it's important. There are a few key secrets, or rather buried truths, that the people of the United States should be paying close attention to right now. These aren't necessarily hidden, but they are intentionally buried under distraction, misinformation, and division so that people don't connect the dots. Number 1, division is the oldest trick in the book. The biggest illusion in the US right now is that the real fight is left versus right, when in reality it is the powerful versus the rest of us. Politicians, corporations, and media outlets fuel division because a population that is angry at each other is too distracted to hold those in power accountable. Racism, class warfare, and political polarization aren't just unfortunate side effects of society. They are intentionally kept alive because they keep people from uniting against those truly hoarding wealth and power. Number 2, the economy is not broken. It was designed this way. Every time the economy crashes or wealth inequality gets worse, people say that the system is failing, but the truth is that it's working exactly as it's intended. The U.S. economic system was built to funnel wealth upwards while keeping everyday people in a cycle of debt, dependence, and financial insecurity. The cost of living isn't skyrocketing because of a mistake. It's keeping people struggling because it makes them easier to exploit. Number 3, censorship isn't always obvious. While many people think of censorship as governments banning books or blocking websites, modern censorship is far more subtle, and it looks like flooding the internet with noise to bury real information, silencing independent journalists through demonetization or blacklisting, using misinformation labels selectively to discredit dissenting voices even when they're asking valid questions, encouraging self-censorship by making people fear social or professional consequences for speaking out. The goal isn't to remove the information, it's often to make it so hard to find or so socially risky to discuss that people just stop looking. Number 4, war is about power and resources. Anytime a new conflict arises, the media presents it as a moral battle, but the reality is that wars are almost always about control over resources, economic power, and strategic influence, whether it's oil, minerals, trade routes, or ideological dominance. This part is in bold. Nations don't send people to die for freedom. They do it for money and control. The U.S. military-industrial complex profits from constant conflict, which is why endless wars and foreign interventions never stop. Number 5, if the government wanted to solve major problems, it already would have. Whether it's homelessness, healthcare, wealth inequality, or environmental destruction, the truth is that these problems exist because keeping them unsolved benefits those in power. A sick, poor, and desperate population is easier to control, manipulate, and profit from. The idea that change is impossible is a lie. There is simply no incentive for the people in charge to change it. Number 6, and probably the most important, you have more power than you think. The biggest secret of all, regular people, in bold, are the greatest threat to the system. The reason the powerful keep people divided, struggling, and distracted is because if enough people woke up, again in bold, things would change overnight. Throughout history, real change has only ever come from people refusing to accept the status quo, not from politicians or corporations suddenly growing a conscience. The question is, what will people do with this knowledge? Awareness is the first step, but action, especially collective action, is what forces real change. I'll be uploading another video as soon as I can get through it about what ChatGPT would like the world to know right now. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you know that we are more powerful united, and you are more powerful than you think.
Keep in mind when folks that look like me say things like, I'm tired of hearing about injustice and inequality and racism in the United States, remember that that very statement is a proclamation of the privilege that white folks enjoy in the United States, because white people can stop thinking at any moment about the issues of injustice, about the issues of inequality. They can busy themselves doing other things instead of thinking about racism. But black people in this nation never enjoy a moment of rest. They have to be vigilant 24/7, reminding themselves of where they are and what they are saying, monitoring their actions and their words and their nonverbals, especially in predominantly white spaces. Why? Because this nation has a history of violence being perpetuated against black people for perceived actions against the white dominant culture. And so remember that black people, in spite of all of the systemic racism that exists, in spite of all of the violence and the history of violence that has been perpetuated against them, in spite of all of the microaggressions and the blatant racism that is exhibited towards their bodies and their lives, black people continue to live lives of excellence. Just imagine if things were equal.
When they came for people of color, you said nothing. When they came for immigrants, you said nothing. When they came for gay people, you said nothing. When they came for trans people, you said nothing. When they came for women, you said nothing. When they came for children, you said nothing. But now that it's finally affecting your friends, your family, yourself, your husband, now you want to say something? Because obviously you can't have any empathy, unless it actually affects you. You keep saying that leftists are too emotional, they're snowflakes, that they have too much emotion for people. Have you ever thought about the fact that maybe you just don't know what empathy is? Maybe it's because you've never been loved in your life, so you don't know how to have compassion for other people. Maybe the radicalized people, the people who are too woke, maybe they just have kindness in their hearts.
I've seen a whole lot of woe is me and boo-hoo moments from Republicans who are now laid off and they were a part of the federal government. Oh no. Oh gosh, only if somebody had written a book and tried to warn you. Did you not see all the public speeches, the movements, the debates? None of that pertained to you. You thought Donald Trump would single-handedly go through and pick out the Dems from the Republicans, and you would be spared. The motherfucking joke's on you. And if one more of you come along and say, we're all gonna fuck around and find out. No, the fuck we're not, because we weren't deluded into thinking that he wouldn't come after us. You were. We didn't vote for Donald Trump. We tried to spare you from being laid off, but you didn't give a fuck. You were so dead set on saving money on eggs and fucking the Dems over that you fucked yourself over. So you were in the first round of the cuts. If I get laid off tomorrow, I won't be fucking shocked, because I knew he would come for anyone. No one would be spared. Now happy fucking layoffs and run the fuck along and toodaloo.
Tesla pays $323 million a year in taxes to China for its Chinese plant. They pay $0 in United States taxes for their operations in the United States. But yet somehow the single mother on food stamps is still the enemy.
So there are three categories of people that delivered TP during his this election. One was white men, secondly white women, and then you have the Latinos. Now white women have been crashing, like crying on the internet and talking about how they've been laid off from their federal jobs. Okay, and one of the things that they fail to understand is that they are also benefactor of the DEI programs. So they didn't understand that. Okay, so being fired from the DEI job, you're not feeling bad about it and coming to the internet to cry about it. So now let's say, what if that they were never a part of all of this layoff? Like, what if that DEI doesn't have anything to do with them, or they do not have anything to do with DEI? They were not employed in any DEI jobs. They don't know that it is also a way to protect them. The DEI is not just for people that looks like me, but they also have, a stake, okay, when DEI is being rolled back. So a lot of them was excited when the whole mention of DEI being rolled back, and they were like, oh, now, they have more power and all of that, not knowing that their job is also going to be affected. So when I saw these people talking about how white people okay, white women actually part of, you know, enjoying DEI privileges. And I was like, are you kidding me right now? I actually, for one, thought that maybe it's people that looks like me, or the brown people like Latinos and all of that, or people in people, disabled people, you know, all of that. I didn't know that also people of palm colored people have, you know, something to do with DI. Like they are going to also, you know, be affected by the whole DI layoff. And right now, a lot of them are on the internet crying and, you know, wanting help. And the help you're seeking for, every other person needs help as well, right? But there's nothing anybody can do for you because you did it to yourself when you chose to vote the way you did, and it's already done. Like there's really nothing anybody can do. Well, what I'm just trying to say is that if those things didn't happen to some of these people coming to the internet to talk about how they were laid off, how they are going through stuff, you know, how price of home and price of things, you know, price of food has gone up, I don't think that anybody would have heard about it. They will imagine if it's just people that look like me comes on the internet to really complain. They'll be like, oh, it's because a Democrat didn't win, it's because a Republican won the election, that's why, you know, everybody's complaining. I've seen people making such videos and saying, oh, the Republicans are crying because the Democrats are crying because a Republican won, that ever since TP won the election that they've been, you know, crying and all that. But now that they've been the one, you know, with the tears coming on the internet to talk about it, now when you talk about it, you see some people coming online, they're the one crying, they're the one talking. They will come online and say, I do not want to hear it, I do not want you to hear, oh, that we told you so. You're going to hear we told you so, because these are the things that people really mentioned that it was going to happen if this Orange Man takes office, that is going to happen. So you're actually going to keep hearing this for a very long time, because you still have like 4 years to go. Okay, it's not even 1 month yet. Okay, let's say it's 1 month already, right? It's 1 month already, so it's just 1 month out of 4 years, so it's still a very long time to go. So you coming on internet to say you don't want to hear it, everybody keep to your own this thing. I know it's been done, okay, we just need to find excuses. No, not we. You need to find, you don't need to find, we just need to find solutions. Yeah, we don't need to find solution. You need to find solution, because you are the one that voted in the first place. You are the one that decided to who you wanted to vote for. You are the one that came out and said, oh, I want to vote for this person. So I don't think you should be asking people to come together to, you know, find a common goal or find a solution. Instead, you should find your own solution, because you are the one that decided who you want to vote for, while every other person was on the internet telling you this was wrong, this was better, let's choose this person, let's not choose this person. You decide to say, I'm going to actually vote for this person. Now it has happened, okay, and you are on the internet, you are the person on the internet crying and, you know, looking for help here and there and asking people to speak up. People can, the only people you still find speaking up are people that voted the way you did. The people on the left already understand that this was going to happen, so every one of them have over time, you know, guide their self, guide their heart, guide everything within them, okay, to face the next 4 years. But I don't think any of you is ready to face what is about to happen, or what is currently happening, right, in the next 4 years. What is currently happening and what is about to happen in the next 4 years, I don't think any of you is ready. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Okay, I feel so sad for every other person going through stuff, all right, going through stuff right now, and I hope you get peace and you find peace. People who are getting laid off, I pray that you get a new job, okay, but it's done, right? But I just pray you get a new job, something that can keep you, because I know how painful it can be for a person to really stay without doing anything. It can really be painful, or being dependent on anybody. Aside that, you have to pay bills. Bills are not joking. They don't know if you have lost your job or not, so you really need money to keep life going. Anyway, I just wish the best to everyone. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Let's have that conversation in the comment section. Please do what, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up so that more people can see it. I look forward to seeing you guys on my next video. Bye guys.